Hey guys, I am back. Guess what? It's time for bullshit. All right. Oh, and see, I am not a Russian robot. Beep beep. Beep beep. So freaking ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, Kavanaugh stuff going on. Guys, I found some stuff. I did. He's gonna be confirmed. There's no way that they're not gonna confirm him. They have nothing, like zero, zilcho. But I want to tell you a story first. And this is a funny story, and you can go and check on my Facebook wall, Edie Cornelius, on Facebook. Find me. Follow me, whatever you want to do. I don't know, I post all kinds of crazy crap all the time. Anyway, this was way before this even came out with Kavanaugh and everything. Before, I think it might have been when the screaming lunatics were going on, the Democrats at the hearing. So anyway, what happened was a friend of mine had, I've had so many people, even like family members, friends, and all that, and they're like, run for office, run for office. And I'm like, you guys are freaking, what are you smoking? Okay, first of all, I don't know. I just really get into this. So then one friend said, come on, you can do it. And I said, listen, I know what's going to happen. I know how it is right now these days. They'll find something I did in high school and it'll all come back. And this is no lie. I swear. It is on my timeline. And we had this whole discussion. It was really funny. What happened was I was in high school and I was in a parochial school and we wore skirts. And there was this guy, he was a black guy. Okay, and he kept lifting up my skirt and lifting up my skirt, and I kept telling him to knock it off, and I kept telling him to knock it off, and he wouldn't knock it off, so I punched him in his face. Yeah, I clocked him hard. So then we had this brawl started, and he threw me up against the wall. Well, the teacher broke it up. We ended up getting suspended. I was in 10th grade, I believe, Mr. Rybant's geography class. Anyways, so here's my point, and then that's what I was saying. I'm like, they'll call me a racist and all this kind of crap. And he was like joking around saying, oh no, there's people who give you enough money to run for 10 Senate runs. And I'm like, yeah, sure. No, I don't know about all that crap. So anyway, then this Kavanaugh stuff comes out, and then this woman is from high school. I was dying. I was flipping dying. It was really funny. I laughed so hard. Seriously, think about it. Now, if you think about my situation, would it be against him because he was a guy doing that to a woman, because that's the Me Too movement? Or it would be me that I'm a racist because I hit him and he was black, but he's a guy and I'm a woman and I'm white? So is he going to be condemned if he's running later on in life, and then all these people will come out of the woodwork and say, stuff about him? Or people will come out of the woodwork and they would say stuff about me. She was a racist, and when I was growing up, she said these racial things, and what would it be? You see what I'm saying? My first instinct about this Kavanaugh thing was just all a bunch of bullshit, because first of all, we all know that it's the 11th hour and we're getting ready to go, and then hoorah, out of nowhere comes this woman. Come on. So I have been sitting here for days and days, like, I don't know, you guys aren't like, like me wanting to look at it. Just intrigues me so much, I can't stop. I'm fine. I don't have like a mental illness or anything. At least I don't think I do. Anyway, so I'm reading all these comments, and I have all these friends, and I have a lot of Democrat friends, and I'm reading a lot of these women, white women, who are saying, you you don't know what it was like and for her and what she had to go through, and sometimes women can't come out and say right away, and you have no idea, you can't judge what, you know, she was feeling or going through. She could, you know, and then, you know, and it devolves. And then I just watch it and it devolves into conversations like, you know, you have no sympathy for women who were raped. And, you know, I'm like, what in the hell? There's none of that in any of this, but it just evolves in where they just broaden it to like the, you know, it's rape now and assault and, you know, these horrible things. And I'm thinking to myself, do you understand the depths that you're going to in order to try to convince you? I feel like they're trying to convince themselves, you know, because people give them facts about what's going on and ask them questions like, how can you not see this? There is none of that or that or that. Oh, you don't know? You don't know what a woman would feel that had went through that and everything. And what if she was raped and you can't, you are heartless. And blah, blah. Yes. And then the Me Too's brought up and it's all men against women. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Get my Walmart glasses on. I'm listening to him talk about the race thing now as one of the, of course, I mean, of course, right? So one of the main things they're worried about is, number one, old white men. So they don't want to have old white men questioning this woman, right? So, bad. Old white men are, all of them are terrible. Yeah, so they don't want her to be questioned by them. So then they're suggesting, well, we're going to have a lawyer that we pick from over here to question Kavanaugh and her, whatever. And then you can have the judge pick a lawyer, whoever that can question him or her or however they want to do it. It's crazy, but it's like, yeah, old white men, swear. I don't know. And then they also have to worry about, you know, you guys have to understand civics is really important for people to know, and I just feel like they didn't pay attention or something. I have no idea. I don't know. But they're screaming for like the FBI investigations and all this stuff, and it just doesn't even work that way. Our judicial system doesn't work that way. This guy was vetted. Like, he can't just be appointed to be this judge in this position that he's been in, right? And without being vetted by the FBI thoroughly. You know, they talk to neighbors. They talk to, you know, his family members. They check his background. They check everything. They check for things like, is there a woman 30 years ago that accused him of blah, blah, blah. They check all of it. So when they get done with that and they get all their copies and all their information, they put it in a file, and there's his file, and then he goes and he does his job. So now, if there was a claim against this anyway, the law is she would have to do it through jurisdiction and locally. Like, not the FBI. That is not how it works, people. It just doesn't. And the statute of limitations is run out. So there is no charge to be charged him with at all, even if there was, which I don't believe there is, but you see, it's bullshit. It's a bullshit. This is such bullshit. It just, oh my God, it's like, the question is it going to be like 1991 Anita Hill going on again? You know? It's bad. They're bringing that up. We gotta make sure that this isn't gonna be, you know, like 1991 Anita Hill going on. Anyway, okay, getting to her, and I'm gonna try to get through this quick because I don't want this to be like a 5 billion hour thing going on. Let me get my papers. Hang on. Alright, I got them. Okay, I got them all. Alright, this lady, right, She went and paid to have her own polygraph done back in August. Oh my. That's an interesting fact to know, isn't it? So why did she go and get a polygraph test in August before any of this came out? Before Feinstein and her anonymous letter, and then now the lady comes out and then, why? Why? And don't you think that she probably should be done over again? Because guess what? Are they really thinking that people are going to be idiotic retards who are going to say, oh sure, we'll take your word for it from your little thing you got? Sure. No. No. Okay. Anyway, she'll have to have that redone. That's just bullshit. You guys know it. So do I, and so does everybody else. So anyway, that was the question they were asking was, if Miss Ford never intended to come forward or never planned to come forward, why did she pay for a polygraph? And why did she hire a lawyer in August if she never intended to do what she was doing? It's a very good question. I would like to know the answer. She's not going to tell us. Me too, white men bad. Blah. Bullshit. Okay. I uncovered some really interesting information. Ooh. And I was going ding, 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 ding. Did you know that, wow, you guys are going to really flip. You probably maybe had heard this already. I don't know, but I hadn't heard it until I found it. Maybe it's out there. I don't know. I don't have the news on all the time. Anyway, this one thing said, daughter of CIA assassin, paymaster, tries to bring down Trump Supreme Court nominee Kavanaugh. And I went, what? Okay, so then I gotta find more. They do. They have pictures of the documents, unclassified documents and everything. And I'm like, holy mama. Let's put that aside for just a second. And I'm going to explain something to you. Did you know, before we go into that, Kavanaugh's accuser's lawyer, right? So the lady's lawyer, she is the vice chair of, wait for it, Soros-funded organization that's opposing Kavanaugh. George Soros. He just rears his ugly head again, doesn't he? Woo! Okay, listen. Kavanaugh's accuser is being represented by Deborah Katz. That's her lawyer. She is a Washington, D.C. lawyer. And she is the vice chair of the board of the Project on Government Oversight. Oh, really? POGO is what it's called. So POGO co-signed a letter to Senator Dianne Feinstein and Senator Grassley, along with a variety of lefty groups demanding Kavanaugh's records. Very, very interesting. This was the obstruction tactic of choice of the left for trying to secure the court seat before they fastened on to this latest smear. So, who's funding POGO? George Soros and his Open Society Foundation. And to no one's surprise, she's allegedly a Democrat donor. And oh yes, I found things. So then, as I keep looking and looking, I have to find the piece of paper. I think I left it over here. This lawyer lady, I don't even think I really need to even I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it up so you guys can see. She has given like 700, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 500, her, and it's all listed in the Democrat donation thing. There's like 2 pages of it. Obama, 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 Obama. Yes, this woman who's representing the lady who's accusing Kavanaugh. Isn't that very interesting? I didn't know that. And I thought, oh my God. That's something. Ain't that something? I think it's something. Come on. You know, Obama's the same guy who put Dinesh D'Souza, which I don't know if I'll ever forgive him for that, in jail for campaign contributions that were over the amount that it was supposed to be. Obama stick him in prison, and Trump let him out. He pardoned him. We've been all through all that. So anyway. Sneaky sly dogs. All of them. So now they're going to be okay with this woman who got something funded by George Soros for her, and she's made all these contributions, a lot of money. It's there, it's online, you can check it, it's public record, it's her name and who she donated and the amount. Yes, 2 pages. And we're just supposed to be like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, of course the left is, because they're like, she gave to our people for justice, for the Me Too movement, and women against the white man. Bullshit. All right, anyway. Going back to this now. So we're going back to the daughter of the CIA assassin paymaster who's trying to bring down Trump's Supreme Court nominee Kavanaugh. Check it out. This is good. I have all links to my sources and everything. I'll list them down at the bottom of my thing when I'm done. Daughter of CIA assassin paymaster tries to bring down Trump's Supreme Court nominee Kavanaugh. This was written by Sorcha Fall, as reported to her Western subscribers. So this person isn't even here in the United States. This is where it gets doo-doo-doo-doo. But they list sources of everything. Like all the, I mean, I'll put it all on there. All kinds of links, and I checked them. Says, an intriguing, in-depth new foreign intelligence service, the SVR, they report circulating in the Kremlin, Russia. Oh, look. It's Russians. Circulating in the Kremlin today states that a Stanford University psychiatry professor named Dr. Christine Blasey, she's the one and she's a psychiatrist at Stanford. Okay. Well, that would make sense why she would, maybe, I don't know if this is true or not, but people were saying that that's how she passed her polygraph test. I don't know. Anyway, she has become the latest centerpiece of a Central Intelligence Agency CIA plot to harm President Trump with her last-minute allegation, just days prior to the U.S. Senate confirmation, that Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh had attempted to sexually assault her over 30 years ago when they were teenagers in school. While being kept from the American people about Dr. Is it Blasey? Is that how you say it? She's Blasey Ford or something. Is that she currently oversees the CIA undergraduate intern program at Stanford University. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. So I clicked it. Guess what? She is! Oh, it gets good. Anyway, have they showed this on the news yet? I don't know, because I haven't heard it. Anyway, did you guys know that? I didn't know that. Ding, 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 ding. And it says, developed by the notorious CIA-connected Stanford University psychiatric professor, Dr. Frederick T. Melgus, who himself in 1985 took into his care the homeless woman, Lois Lang. I remember her. Do you remember her? She was that kooky lady. She's the one who assassinated the CIA paymaster Nick Deek. And it was like in 1985. I remember that. And that afterwards saw the CIA's black operations monies being controlled by Ralph G. Blasey Jr. Did that name ring a bell? Let me read it again. So, Frederick Melgus, CIA-connected Stanford University psychiatrist professor, right, who himself in 1985 took into his care that homeless woman, Lois Lang, who assassinated Nick Deek, who is another CIA dude. Isn't this intriguing as hell? I'm like, ooh, I'm watching a movie, but it's not a movie. It's real. Then, and that afterwards, and then after that, and afterwards saw the CIA's black operations monies being controlled by Ralph G. Blasey Jr., who not so mysteriously just happens to be father of Dr. Christine Blasey. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, and I checked. Wow, I went, whoa, no. Are they talking about, and then I always ask myself, are they talking about this on TV? I don't know. Some words in her phrase appearing in quotes. Blah, 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 blah. That was just like to let them know that it was from, okay, anyway. According to this report, with Trump being warned just prior to his assuming the presidency by the powerful Democratic Party, U.S. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Schumer, you sly dog. Schumer, you sly, slick dog. Paying all them Democrats to go in there and scream like lunatics all day long and make Kavanaugh's children cry, you bastard. Yeah, that kind of pissed me off. Anyway, I was joking, but then it just becomes not a joking matter anymore. Anyway, said U.S. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer that U.S. intelligence services have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. This past nearly 2 years has shown just how persistent this warning was. And whose latest strike back against Trump is coming courtesy of a rogue CIA faction who have just trotted out for public display Dr. Christine Blasey. Her married name is Christine Blasey Ford. You see how that all ties in together? I'm like, what the hell? Shame, shame. Who claims that as a young high school teenager, Brett Kavanaugh, also a high school teenager, tried to sexually assault her, but whose evidence for this being true shows Dr. Blasey, now get this, because this really makes me mad, unable to name the exact year that it happened, her not remembering where the incident took place or how she got home, her not being able to remember key details of the incident, her not being able to remember how the gathering came together the night of the incident, and her not telling anyone else about it at the time. Sure, we believe you, you poor thing, you woman, helpless psychiatric doctor, CIA dad, Stanford University connections kind of lady whose lawyer is paid by George Soros, who's made all these contributions to the Democrats. Sure, yeah, we do, because you're a woman. You're frail and a victim of society and men and stuff. Bullshit! So now we come to, I do believe in the deep state. Do you guys believe in the deep state? I don't know. You can or you can't. It doesn't really matter to me, but I do. I think that they're corrupt in there. I really do. I think that Trump needs to take them all down. Like, this shit's been going on for too long. It just needs to end. Anyway, so then I find, as the deep state aligned U.S. mainstream propaganda media began flooding the airwaves, newspapers, and internet with Dr. Blasey's claims against Judge Kavanaugh that have absolutely no proof or evidence beyond anyone could ever investigate, this report continues. The SVR intelligence analysts were immediately able to bring up her file in the archive of known and or suspected CIA operatives. This is just woohoo! You know, I'm not Alex Jones or anything, but I checked all this stuff. It's real. I'm serious. And then it says, and whose placement in this file was due to her extensive and advanced educational training at Stanford University in the CIA-funded mind control brainwashing techniques developed by Stanford University psychiatric professor Dr. Frederick T. Melgus, whose primary mission for the CIA was to develop new technologies for interrogation and torture. Secondary applications going towards studying the possibilities of exploiting highly suggestible subjects and getting them to do this. Murders and be couriers and all kinds of crazy stuff they wouldn't otherwise do, and of which they would have no memory in case they were caught. This is like all that Mockingbird shit going on way back then, remember? MK Ultra. It's weird, isn't it? I don't know, man, but that's why her file was in there. That's why they have that information on her in the files in the CIA. Does she think that people weren't going to be able to find out all this crazy kind of stuff? Or do they think that people will think that people are crackpots because they're bringing it up and then they're going to say, you're wrong? Well, if you look, there's documents like this that have redacted stuff on it and all that. And there's a whole bunch of pictures that came right from them. Like Subject 8 is being set up for, you know, just all that stuff. It's just, I'm like, oh my God, it's real. Project... whatever, Sub-Project 8's tripping. It's tripping out, isn't it? I don't know. Last thing I was going to say was, CIA research notes at Stanford University psychiatric professor Dr. Frederick Melgus, and I guess I'll go there because I mentioned his name, right? So it says, linked to Dr. Blasey's SVR of known and or suspected CIA operatives, this report notes, is that of her father, Ralph G. Blasey Jr., a proven CIA operative who, from June 1962 to January 1974, was the Vice President of National Savings and Trust of Washington, D.C., a CIA black budget bank, best known for being 100 paces from the White House, and whom, in 1998, was taken over by SunTrust Bank, whose majority share owner is the CIA-linked investment fund, BlackRock. Whoa. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Isn't this a trip? Okay, anyway, that says, the importance of noting the CIA banking connections of Ralph G. Blasey Jr., this report explains, is due to the outbreak of what is known as the CIA bank war and who started it in 1982. A CIA seized from publication news report. It was declassified. It says declassified in part, sanitized copy approved for the release and all that. And there's a link, and I have a thing. And that right there, just for that declassified portion, this is what it says. Describes as, this is Wall Street, the center of the international banking system, a system on the edge of a crisis so severe that the Central Intelligence Agency is preparing drastic measures. Something must be done to avert the breakdown of the free world's monetary system. Whoa. It says the main CIA operative involved in this war, and whom Ralph G. Blasey Jr. reported to, her father, right? This report details was Nicholas Deak, a longtime OSS and CIA operative, both during and after World War II, who ran the CIA's main black budget operations under the direct command of the feared CIA counterintelligence chief, James Jesus Angleton. Now, I haven't looked up on him yet. I think that's enough, but geez, oh my criminy. Yeah, so, first of all, I mean, seriously, I don't even care about any of the other stuff, right? I do not like the fact that her attorney is being paid by George Soros, being funded, right? And then she's made all these contributions to the Democratic Party, right? And it's all listed in there, her attorney. And this woman, Blasey, she is a Democrat. She's also a psychiatrist. She also is at Stanford University. She also is teaching, you know, internships or whatever for CIA operatives. Seriously, that. And then now she's going to come at the 11th hour, right before they're going to be voting for him for Senate. All of a sudden, they bring her out of the woodwork to come and testify and say that he assaulted her when they were teenagers in high school, which the FBI can't help them because by law, it has to be the local police or whoever doing that investigation, and, you know, their attorneys, and statute of limitations has run out. She can't remember anything. She paid to have lie detector test back in August, and got an attorney back in August, way before all this stuff was even known. Bullshit. This is all nuts. It just gives me a reason to know that this is just total and utter bullshit. And the longer that I sit and listen to these women, a lot of women are, oh, you just don't know what it would be like. Me too, me too. Bullshit, bullshit. I mean, come on. Just because you're a woman, you don't have, you got brain cells, you could think for yourself. I researched this and made sure that this is right, what these people were saying. And it all led, yeah. Why does it have to just be, oh my God, I'm a victim, I'm a woman. Because I'm a woman, I'm a victim. And I can't take care of myself. Yes, I can. And I have a brain, and I can think, and I can research, and I can figure stuff out. And we're not stupid. This came in the end. This was like this is a Hail Mary. They threw a Hail Mary. I don't buy it. I feel bad for all these other people that are buying it. I mean, they're like really reaching. So whatever happens, I don't know. They're waiting right now to find out if she's going to show up. What is it, Monday? Because if she doesn't show up, it's done. She has to show up. Like, she has to. But then they're saying, okay, well, if she has to show up, we do not want to have all the old white women, or not old white women, but all those old white men questioning her, because they're old white men. and they're bad, and they're the same kind of person that sexually assaulted her when she was a teenager. It's the biggest crock of shit is what it is. One big fat crock of bullshit. Alright, I'm out. See you guys. Till next time.